Welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to discuss basic maintenance. This maintenance is carried out for bicycles, bikes, in this case e-bikes. If you have a normal bicycle, if you take care of it, you know how to take care of it, you don't have to take it to a specialty shop, then fine. This will be no problem for you. You probably won't even be watching this video then. Or you could just watch it just for entertainment purposes or just to share for a friend or someone you know. Anyways, when you usually get these bikes, you have to put them together. In this case, the front wheel had to be mounted and the battery pack had to be put into place, and your handlebar had to be put in as well. And I also believe the fenders, plastic fenders, had to be put on. So, and the pedals. So basically, they give you some tools to it. Those tools I wouldn't consider as tools, because those tools they give you are actually more like, how can I put it this way, not good quality, cheap, one-time use, or not even. Buy yourself a good set of Allen keys, the ones that have rounded ends. Those make a big difference. And get yourself a painter's brush. Could be a little bit thinner than that. Get yourself some spanners, some wrenches, right? Could be boxed, it could be open. The open ones that would do best would be something like that, right? So basically, basic stuff. And maintenance, which you have to do, keep important. Okay, you're using your bike. Now, maintaining when to charge the battery. My previous videos, we have already gone over that. Let's say plus 10 above, you could charge, or take out, you charge in the home or workplace, workshop. Keep it out of the sun, especially when it's already above plus 20, we're talking Celsius, and charge it no more than above 25. And then try to keep it in a cool place and charge it there. And for maintenance, what I like to do is basically, now, I'm not saying you do this every month or every time you use it, but if you do commute a lot with it, I commute with this to work and back. And occasionally I take it out to the fields. And if you are riding this as a hobby or as a commuter, then obviously the more mileage, the more kilometers you put into it, more parts will have to be, checked, maybe replaced. To replace here, the most will be the brakes, right down here. Brake pads to wear. Check the war rotors, make sure they're clean, there's nothing on them. I usually like to take a brush, and if I know I was in a dusty place, clean brush, I just take the rotors, brake rotors, just brush them off like that. I like to brush them off just from street wear. And here too, the front ones, just to keep it a clean running surface. And with that brush, you could also brush off here the contact areas where the bearings are, and the other side as well. Chain, you lubricate the chain, you clean the chain. You have many people having separate videos on that. The same thing goes here. Chain, clean it, lubricate it with the proper thinner oil. I use car oil on it, so like 5W30, 5W40, whatever I have, I use that. But I usually clean the chain every time I wash the bike. So basically, if I was outside, it was raining, or it was really snowy and it got dirty, the bike, and the weather allows, then I'm gonna wash it. And I like washing it with the brush and getting a bucket of water dipping the brush in, and just, you know, with soap, with this soap or ones for cars, and just brush it down like that. It's basically how I like to do it. Like brush it down with a brush. Be careful, you know, you're not going to scratch your paint. Take out the battery, wrap around the terminals, make sure the water's not going to get in there. Don't soak components like that. Just give them a quick once. And same with the connections. All the connections you have are secure connections. They're pretty good connections. I looked at lots of bikes, and I could tell you now China is making pretty good connections, waterproof, watertight connections, and they're fairly good quality plastic they're using. So that's not an issue. Issues are more like the controllers, like the panels here, that could get some dirt in there, but you don't want to soak it. You just want to quickly go over it. And then you just lightly rinse it off, very lightly. You try to avoid areas like soaking in, like open areas that open into the tube. You don't want to soak it, no water into there. Obviously the battery's off, but like we talked previously, the controller is here. It could be there, it could be under there. So you don't want to soak water into those places, because what you don't want is a short. And if you get water creeping into those places, then that'll cause you a big no-no. So that you have to always be just aware of. Be cautious that those places could enter water. And then once they go in, it's not going to come out. It's that easy. You're going to need a really hot day for that to start to evaporate out. Before it evaporates, it's going to start steaming, and that could cause you electrical short as well. So that you have to take into consideration. So, and then that's the cleaning process. And then I say, this one has like 600 kilometers in it now, more, almost 700. I say every 500. Why? Because at 500 kilometers, I was hearing banging, a low tapping noise in the back. I don't know, what is that? Every time in the morning, it was still cold in the morning, I was hitting the back brakes. And before getting to full stop, every time I hit the back brake, I was making a noise like that. So what is that? Maybe it was suspension or something. I was, you know, looking around, right? I was also thinking it could be this, the kickstand. But no. And then I said, okay, well, maybe, you know, I have now 500 kilometers in it. Let's just go start tightening it up. Actually, I had closer to 600. But that's what I'm saying, at 500, you should start already doing it. You get your size, right? That's no good. Go one step up. And then all you have to do is just go over a little bit, like snug it. It's good. You don't force it. Just snug it. Just have a feel for it, if it loosened or not. And that's it. And you go over all those components like that. You know? Didn't loosen, so you just leave it. You don't have to rip it. Just go over all those little components like that. And that includes light brackets. Those could loosen up on you. You take your Allen key, whatever size that could be, and then on another side, like in this one, you need to put a wrench on it, and then you tighten it up. And then here you go to the brakes. And this brakes, like all brakes, you could adjust. First, the mounting. You check the mounting points here. To show you right here. Check the mounting points here. You try to tighten that up if you could. It's tight. It's tight. And then here you have the adjustments. And then it's tight. Then you get all of them. That's tight. Then you go over here. Same thing goes for here. You check that too. It's tight. It's tight. Adjustment bolts. Oh, see? That adjustment bolt was a little bit loose. Slightly loose. There. I missed out on that one last time. So there you go. And, you know, you could check your bolts for keeping the wheels in. Okay? So, now, get to the bigger wrench. This one, I tell you, I believe it could be maybe 15, 14. Yeah, that'll be 14. Yeah, that'll be 14. We go on. No, whatever. Okay. Sorry about that. It's a 15. Yep, it's all snug. Go to the other side. If you have any caps on it, you take off the caps, obviously. It's all snug. And check the back as well. Take off the caps in the back, and then you check them as well. And then, if you have plastic caps like that, rubber caps, you take them off and tighten up as well. You can check those bolts as well. You can check those screws as well. You can check your pedals as well. If it didn't loosen up on you. Check the kickstand. This one had to have tightening, needed tightening here and here. Shock, I have a video on that, how I rebuilt it, or well, rebuilt it with a bit of dampening. Yeah, so stuff like that you check. Here, your kickstand, if it's wobbly or not. This one has a little bit of wobble, but it's still okay. So they will wear on you a little bit, but as long as you make sure they're not going to break. There's a bolt in the back, a rivet. You make sure they're not loose, then it should be okay. One other thing I really wanted to discuss with this is that definitely keep your receipt, obviously. You buy it online. Keep your connection with the person you bought the bike from. If you buy used, it's a different story. It's a gamble, right? You have to like either get a friend or yourself, if you know a bit about bikes, and go for a test ride. Buying it without testing it and it's used is risky because the battery could be no good. Maybe it's not accepting the charge, or it's not keeping the power. It's draining fast, which means new battery pack. It's almost like the cost of the bike. Well, I'm talking about used one, or maybe the planetary gears, because these are usually geared motors. They're making noise and that needs rebuild. It's doable. There's 3 gears in there. Usually they're nylon gears that could be changed to either nylon or metal gears. You even have videos up on the YouTube to see how that's done. But what I'm saying is that you have to check all these parts, and then your screen and everything, you know, and make sure the connections are not like cut or done differently. Like already somebody, you know, tried to, let's say, replace the controller, upgrade it, and it, you know, fried something. So you have to check all those features. But if you buy a new one, what you have to remember what the new ones are. Make sure you buy the bike from a good source. That means a trusty website where they could actually help you. And this one has 2-year warranty on it. Usually they give you 2-year, 1-year warranty. It was very important because if you have any questions regarding your mileage, why you're getting this much only than advertised, or why is this humming noise coming from, or why is this loose, or why is the display not coming up when it's cold outside, any issues you have, you could discuss it with them. You could send a video. They usually ask for a video, and you could explain to them, not like me, like in long term, but like you could just get to the point and show them like that and switch on like that. That's a public screen, and they have a clear shot of it. Usually they will then communicate with you within 1 to 3 days and tell you how they could resolve or help you to maybe check connections, or sometimes they'll just tell you, we'll send out a new part, and then you change it yourself. You take off the old one, you put in the new one. I'm telling you, they're not bad. These here in Europe, sources I brought, don't get advertised. Like I'm not paying I'm not getting paid for advertisements, so I'm not going to advertise no one. I'm not going to say names out there because I don't get nothing from that. But then again, I don't want to say any other websites that are no good and say bad about those. So call it fair. Everybody judge for themselves, but make sure whoever you get it from, they have at least a 97% or a 4.5 star rating. And check your comments too. They do fake comments, it's true, but it's good to check, because some websites have honest comments. They will have some photos, or they'll say, oh yeah, but this issue was that, didn't help me sort it out, and this and that. And the second person, third person will say the same, and they do a little history check on it and say, I'm going to stay away from maybe that bike, or maybe from that seller. So, but they do a good job in helping the customers. And I told them about this kickstand being like that. They said they don't have one in stock now, but they're going to get me one free of charge. They're going to mail out. So once I get the new one, I'm going to replace it, or I'll just wait for this one to really like get that loose where I feel like the bike could tip over, because this is a 38 kilogram bike, so it's not light bike, and I don't want that to flip. So that was my safety concerns. I showed them a video about it. They accepted it, and they will give me send me a kickstand. So that's what I'm saying. That's just one out of many. And yeah, just keep contact with them. And you know, you reply to them, you write to them nicely, they usually reply to you nicely back. You keep that tone. Don't be all upset and start swearing and cursing. That's not going to get you nowhere. Just keep your cools and write short sentences, get to the point. Short video, if they ask for it, get to the point, and they'll sort you out. And like I said, everything else is basically, you have already worked on bikes or little mopeds or whatever, it's the same thing. So you don't have to be scared. It's seriously, it's like part of maintenance. Keep it as long as you can on the road. You paid money for it. If you enjoy it, you like it, then you know, keep it going, right? I enjoy it, I like it, and that's why I'm making these videos, so you guys could share it with friends or other family members who are considering, or maybe you're considering, and helping out the community, and maybe helping out people, you know, fixing their bikes, right? And then you'll get into it, you'll know what to look for, where to troubleshoot, diagnose stuff that other people have no clue. So yeah, so write comments, good ones, bad ones, share, subscribe to my channel. That's all I could say, so I could start making this channel like be boosted up, so I could start showing people stuff that is fixable, doable. And yeah, so hang in there. Bye bye.